Hi guys, I just want to make another video about the trades we had last week. As you know, I was so busy last week and haven't had a chance to track all the stocks that I wanted to play. But um, I just want to talk about Sono, TNDM, and SSC, AMR, and TAM. So let's start with TNDM. TNDM was running from $3 early this year and now it's trading at $40. So past couple of days I was just checking the chart. As you can see, let's go 10 days. So 10 days ago it was trading around 33, 34 and it was holding basically closing above VWAP, which is a good sign for the stock when you are going long and you know the stock is still strong when it closes above VWAP. So from 5 days ago I just checked this on Monday and I saw on Monday it closed above VWAP. Tuesday it started to kind of it spiked in the morning, but it closed near its previous close. The next day it closed above VWAP again, but on Thursday I saw the stock has a problem to go and close strong above VWAP. So on Friday pre-market, that was the time I saw, okay, it gapped up and it's trading around 39, 90 and 40. I was thinking, okay, if the stock has the strength to basically rip through 40, why yesterday it couldn't even close above VWAP? That was usually you see this pre-market, some people get excited and market makers they trade this basically they bring the price close to the point that it's a round number and fool some newbies to get in pre-market and they say, yeah, okay, let's get this, and it rips from here and it goes to 45 and 43, 45, something like that. I took a small short position here and I was okay if it goes close to 41. I just cut losses and it's not big deal. But immediately at the open it crashed. I covered somewhere around 38. I didn't even alert in the chat room, but I closed it here, I covered here. Then it went to 36 and bounced to 38.50 something. So because this stock is, if you look at the chart, the stock started from $3, came to previous resistance, it created this base and started to go up. After this breakout from the base, the stock created another base and went all the way without looking back at these prices. So these are the time they call it accumulation, and all these big buyers they are buying the stock. And when you see the first time the stock started to show a weakness, this is the first profit taking, and then it went basically break out again. but the first time it tested the previous support was around early August, end of July. Then it ripped again, and this was the time if you remember, we took short at 33. It tested the previous support again at 29, and it started to consolidate here and rip again. So $40 is a round number, and it can be a good target for people who buy from here and they see the strengths and they think about the next round number is 40. So it already touched 40, but it didn't test the previous support 34, 33, and as you can see, the past couple of breakout, when it broke out, it tested the previous support. It tested the previous support. Now it's time for the stock to test the previous support at 33, 34. So I expect this to gap down on Monday, and it starts to basically people start to take their profit. If it doesn't, I want to take short tomorrow pre-market at this with the risk of 39 or $42 for the reward of you say $6. It's a good setup, even though I'm saying if it starts to show the strengths and it rips through 40, I cut losses and wait for the next opportunity to short this. But now I think it's a good setup. You can just risk $40 and take a short position, hopefully somewhere around 39 or high 38, with the hope of this test of this support at 34. It would be a swing trade. So this is for this SSC. I was traveling early this week, but I was watching this on Wednesday when I got back from the trip. I saw this late day strong close on Wednesday. Unfortunately, I didn't play and I haven't had a chance to alert in the chat room, but this run up and this bounce from 270 and this close, strong close on Wednesday, was basically a good sign for being prepared for the next day to ride this from 340 to 560, 570, because you have this bounce from 270. It consolidated here. The next day it went a little bit higher, and at the morning with a spike, it held the spike, not this big spike, but it held this $3.60 as a support, and late day it started to ramp up. So you could easily just take any position here with the risk of 350, or the next day 345, 350 could be a good basically entry with the risk of this high, and you could just take a small position and add when you see it's closed above VWAP, and the next day you take your profit. So I want to keep this on watch for the next week. Probably, I don't know, I have to wait for the setup, but this shows it has more juice and can go higher than this. AMR was the stock that I was watching and alerted here on Thursday, August 16th, when it held this 430 and it went to 460, but late day it closed weak and I cut losses. So early this week I was, as I say, I couldn't check the market all day, but it went to $4 and bounced very nice from $4 to 435. The next day it started to go up, held this 430, 439, 440, and you see the trend. I would say you could see this trend line. If I can move this a little bit forward like this, it held this trend line and it bounced on Wednesday from this line to from 450 to 4. That's the price here, 486. And then it's a little bit loose, but that was a good bounce play. I had it in my watch list, but I couldn't check and be ready for this run up. Anyway, for example, buying from here 417 with the risk of 4, this stock never looked back and you could run it to 487. So I want to keep that in my watch list again to see what's going on for the next week. TEAM. So this stock was on my watch list when they announced they partnered with Slack, one of their competitor. So this is all-time high. Let's go all-time high. Yeah, you see this is the highest price this stock had. So when they announced their partnership with Slack, the next day it went even to 82 something in pre-market on this day, and the next day it gapped down and we shorted at 70, I believe it was 79. We shorted at 79 and it went to 69. I covered around something around 71 or something like that, if I remember. Then I thought, okay, this doesn't have the good catalyst for go back and test this previous high. So I was wrong. The stock gradually grinded up. It tested the 80 and it started to create this base. Never came back to test 69. I remember one of our members asked me, should we go long? I was like, no, I think it still needs to come back and test this, but it didn't. So I was wrong. After this base, it broke out and now it's trading at 86. So Monday can be another green day because the volume is strong. I would like to see goes near to 90, maybe 89, 88, and I would take a small short position on that price with the risk of 90 and see if it can come back and test 79. But as I say, you have to be careful and don't go all in. You have to know what's your risk, have a plan. If it doesn't work, you cut losses, very small loss, but if you get the reward, it's $10 per share, and it's not bad, it's more than 10%. So that's TAM. What else? SONO. So this company went public on early August 2nd. Their price was $15 per share. Okay, here is Sono prospectus. So 14 million shares, price $15 a share. The stock is under they call it research restriction for 25 days after the IPO. It's already around 50% up from the IPO price, $15 to $22. So I started to take my short position on this day, Tuesday. So Tuesday I started to take my short position 2050 something, I remember. It was somewhere around here. It crashed and closed very weak, but the next day bounced and went up to $22. The next day it gapped again to this resistance level 22. I added to my short position at 2180, if I remember, 2170 I think. My average short position is 2150. Now it's at 2021. The reason is I think after this research restriction expires on Monday, analysts they can release their research about this company. I already saw a couple of comparison between Sony and Sono, because Sony is in the same market. They are selling the similar product and they are stronger than Sono. So my guess is on the by the way, you see how VWAP helps you here. The day it couldn't actually close above VWAP, the next day it couldn't even go to these resistance levels. My guess is on the opening of tomorrow, people start to take their profit at this price and it goes down, because analysts will come out and put a lot of research behind this company. And the problem is this company has 50% run from its IPO price. So with very competitive market, it's very hard for the analysts to justify further run up from here. It looks like a cup and handle. I'm saying if I'm wrong and it breaks above 22, I would cut losses. But my guess is it comes back to the initial price for the IPO, $15. It's $5 downside. From my average price, it's $6. So it's a good setup. Yeah, you can see this. This is my average price and this is the stop for me. So $5, $6 from this price downside, it's a good setup. And one thing you have to have in mind is Sono is going to release their earning report on September 10th. So if they come up with a good earning on this date, you have to be careful. You have to be sure you are not trapped yourself for the earning, and just have it in mind and take your profit in case if you get that price target 15 before September 10th. So that was my thoughts on Sono. Oh, I wanted to tell you, I created a document for, let me see if I have it, for IPOs. It's a very comprehensive research I did on IPOs, and let me see if I have it here. As I said, if we get enough subscribers and if people are interested on this, I would create another video and talk about IPOs. Basically, yeah, it's document I created for IPOs. All the stages of the IPO, different things for IPO you have to consider if you want to play IPOs, like this research restriction times, this quiet periods, and what would say analyst day, when analysts go to the company and talk to the management of the company. And let's see, what is EGC companies, emerging growth companies, all of these things. As I say, if you subscribe and like this video and share it with your friends, I create more videos and explain this stuff for anybody who wants to learn. That's it for today. Thank you so much. See you everybody in the chat room tomorrow.